That's strange. That was strange. So I'm playing music, but nothing is going out the stream. That's fucking weird. Okay, this. I'm gonna have to look at this. Turn on the music again. I'm just doing something. So if I go to scene, no cam. Music on. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is just it. So if I play a video here, then it works. So basically I have to output. Okay, I'm going back to starting here. Let's see. So I can hear here. This is one is going to. This is one is going to. This is one is going to. This. Okay, no, I cut it out. Okay. If I put this here, that doesn't help. Doesn't help at all. Let's see here. Monitor off. So let's put this on monitor and output board. NDI zone. Oh, NDI source. Monitor off. If I do it like this. Oh. That's fucking strange because I'm sending out. Yeah, and it's the wrong fucking sound. Okay, so if I pick some else. Hmm. So I can hear the alerts, I can hear the music, which is going on, but you can't. But my Twitch, but my viewers can't hear the music I'm playing. And they are supposed to do that. Let me believe that maybe I need to, if I put A1, B2, A1. So how do I put it right back so you can hear the music? Can't see any. A3. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix that later. The way I connected everything, that's gonna, it's not gonna work. So for now, I'm not gonna be able to play any music for you unless I'm. That's too bad. So as you probably can hear, I'm still sick. So I've been home since home from work since last Wednesday. Not the last Wednesday, but the week before this one. So I've been home Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So that's 10 days. Fucking shit. So because of the coronavirus now, people basically can, if they feel symptoms or they have flu-like symptoms, they can stay home for 2 weeks without any, and uh, and the company needs to pay sick pay anyways. So to so today when I called the doctor because I need to do something, fuck's sake, so I can get better. Uh, the Swedish system works this now that if you're not getting better, they changed it from 2 weeks to 3 weeks now. You can basically stay home for 3 weeks to get better. If you don't get better, then you need to go to the hospital or something. So hopefully I'm gonna be better by Monday. So it's just I can feel it affecting the way when I'm playing my games. I'm feeling more sluggish. I'm not that fast in my reactions. So yeah, let's see. What are we gonna play today? Maybe I should play something that's not that fast paced. Or something not reaction based. So I'm gonna play Call of Duty, but first I'm gonna try to start last Oasis, see if they have fixed their servers. That game seems really fun. So our team engineers. So that message is still here on the starting, and no, it's still not working. They're not gonna release the game again until the game is working properly. Where the hell did I put my glasses now? Okay. So as I can see on the stream, it's a bit laggy. I don't know why it looks so fucking laggy on the stream. Because when I'm looking at the picture in the game and on my streaming PC, it's basically the same as on my gaming PC. So the lag is not in between my PCs. It's actually Twitch, I guess. So let's take a look here. Quality. Yeah, I don't get that. Kind of wonder if you can actually something. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna pause the music. And guess we'll get into some games. So try some solos first, I guess. I think I'm gonna start with Warzone. Maybe go back to regular Call of Duty. Uh, then I'm gonna try out some PUBG too. There's not many of my friends that actually likes PUBG. Yeah, it's too bad because I still enjoy the game. I mean, I only have like 1700 hours in it, according to Steam. But if you look at if you see how many hours are actually been played. Okay. So people, so he was, that guy on top of the hills saw what I was shooting at, but he disregarded it completely and went for the easy kill. He was shooting at the one who was closer. So I'm gonna do this.
Playtime's over, mate. You're going to the war zone.
Okay. So yeah, it's laggy. I don't know why the stream is lagging so much.
Battle Royale. Mark a drop point for your team. You'll lead them in. Avoid the gas. Get to the safe zone.
Since I'm using NDI software now to actually play this. Oh, okay.
Survive and you can reach.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't work pressing space. So be careful when you're pressing, when you're cutting your parachute and then pressing space again. Be careful with that.
Fight's kicking off. Get ready to fight. You're next.
I think I'm gonna have to check up the speed of my internet.
If you lose, you're done here.
Might be.
Time to earn your freedom, soldier.
Holy shit! Oh shit! Holy shit!
Bringing you home.
Holy shit! Holy shit!
That one, but we'll
Save the game. Okay, I'm gonna check the bandwidth now. Speed of my internet. Check so my provider hasn't throttled my internet again. They have a tendency to do that sometimes. And no. It's actually working fine. I have a little less than I should have. I have 250, 250. And I need to have more. I need some coffee. Mm. Yes, it might be else.
warm-up. We'll be deploying soon.
He runs away. Oh, he lands with a fucking automatic weapon. Of course. Jeez. So it's not logging on my streaming PC. I can see the picture. It's fluid.
Drop point for your team.
It's working fine.
Gas is closing on your position. Suggest you get moving.
And the CPU is working at what? 69? 67? What the fuck? It's more CPU uses than usual, so maybe I've said something wrong. I don't think it's actually going... It's not using GPU at all, I guess.
All right, lads, let's get it done.
Okay. You're supposed to fucking jump inside when I'm doing this. Fuck's sake. There's nothing here. There's something here. At the gas station. No. Going over here.
Enemy personal radar in the air.
Okay. Sniper. We go with this. Those guys who landed at the roof probably duked it out. Fought a little bit. And now they're just sitting up there.
Enemy personal radar in the air. Proceed to the marked location and secure the area.
off. Yeah, I need to go, I guess.
Enemy personal radar in the air. Enemy personal radar in the air.
Oh, I heard some. Hip tie rifle. I'm switching to this
Enemy
one.
personal radar in the air. Enemy personal radar in the air.
Can I get this? I don't remember if it's only one of these I have to protect.
Contract complete. Recon intel secured.
Okay, Semtex. Heartbeat sensor. Okay. Is no one close? Yes. Really? Come on. Why is it so fucking complicated to go sideways up? And that thing is on the fucking roof. How do I get up on the roof? I can't. The one guy sitting in there. That is spawn. I don't think so.
Loadout drop inbound. Locating the safe zone.
I guess people have.
Gas is moving.
Let's look at the map. I'm inside the zone.
Enemy personal radar in the air.
Can he actually see me here? Okay, where the fuck did he go? There he is. Okay.
Gas is moving in. New safe zone located.
Did he jump? He jumped down. There he is. One guy is handed her. I don't know if it was him. I don't think so. Okay, are there two guys? Oh no, that was just leaves.
We've got gas moving in.
Could see some movement over there. I got the gas, but I also have a gas mask, I guess. I have a long way to go, so. Let's see. Come on, run! God damn it. For fuck's sake! He had already used his gas mask.
Welcome to the Gulag. If you survive, you earn your freedom. Wait for your turn now. Be ready.
Oh, that's no match. Yeah. CPU usage is too high, so I'm guessing I'm streaming too much on the CPU side. So I'm gonna have to change that. I think it's set to the incorrect. Yeah, I did something yesterday, I guess. And that's why it's lagging. So I'm gonna have to put it on advanced settings and take it over to GPU. Okay, people are dying and then leaving the game.
Stand by for redeployment.
What? But when people are dying, they just leave. You gotta be fucking shitting me. I'm gonna go down where there's a buy station, I guess. Actually, I'm gonna go down a little more in the center of the circle. I have a buy station right down below here. But now I don't have any weapons, so yeah, I have only the rejected weapons that nobody wants.
Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone. Enemy personal radar in the air. Loadout drop headed your way.
Loadout drop. 192 meters. This has been looted, and I kind of have to go to the loadout. But then again, other people are gonna go there too and camp the loadout.
Enemy UAV overhead. Gas is moving.
I can clearly see there's been a lot of loadouts here. So, did you see? You fucking see that? People swarming around the fucking loadouts. They need to do something about that. There need to be some hidden loadouts too. So people just can't sit and camp the loadouts. Or at least not make it so easy. So yeah, I'm gonna have to stop the stream here because I can see the stream is lagging. Yeah, lagging really hard. And I think it's because OBS is actually encoding on software only. On CPU only. And yeah, it's not working too good. I'll be right back again. So yeah, I changed the coding now and I'm back. So I'm gonna check out how it actually looks. So yeah, that was the problem. OBS software changed the coding automatically. I didn't change it on my own. For some reason, it switched over from advanced to simple settings, and the simple settings wasn't the same as my advanced settings. So it's not lagging anymore now. I'm sorry about that, guys. Let's see here. That's why I'm using free screens. One screen is for my streaming PC. And one screen I can have Twitch open so I can see what kind of quality it is on my stream. But this was not bad at all, using NDI software instead of a capture card for a 2 PC setup. I mean, you can save a lot of money because if you think about it, if you buy a capture card, you also need a good graphics card. If you buy the Elgato capture card, the 4K Pro one, the latest one, the new one, then it's not working well with AMD graphics cards. So then you actually have to buy an NVIDIA graphics card. So then you have to buy the capture card and the GPU. So easily you'll be spending like $350 to $400 for both those setups. Okay, the quality might get a little bit better, yes, if you buy hardware. So my CPU went down to 19.5% now. When I shifted over to this, it looks like it's still somewhat laggy, but it's not the same. It's better than it was. So I don't know if it downscaled before. Actually, it did. It did. Let's try one more here, and then I'm gonna switch over to PUBG. So I had such bad weapons, so I couldn't really. They were camping the loadout, so if they camp in the loadout, I can actually camp them by the loadout. I mean, they're gonna get in close enough to. One was sitting in the train car. Yeah, there was like four or five people camping there. And the strange things, they weren't even fucking fighting each other. If they even knew where they actually were. I don't know that.
I'll drive, jump in.
Okay, I fucking died.
Battle Royale. Mark a drop point for your team. You'll lead them in. Avoid the gas. Get to the safe zone. Targets are up. Get to work.
No boxes here. Just some money. Much money though. Swap. Come on. Fuck off. Let's just buy some. Well, I'm taking this P90. Taking this one. Keeping the silenced. Oh, really, really, really. People have been there. Okay.
Enemy personal radar in the air.
So how do I get up here?
Gas is closing in.
Idiot. The hell was he thinking? I mean, for fuck's sake! They're lagging again, for fuck's sake. I'm smoothly going over the mouse, and then it starts lagging, and all of a sudden it whips over and past him. For fuck's sake, because I'm still fucking moving the mouse. I was just following him so smoothly like this, and all of a sudden, psst,
Effective way to get inside their heads.
it just hits and goes over. Goes past him. Oh my god, this game is not working properly now.
Right, you're next.
Fuck.
You win this fight and you return to the front line. But if you lose, you're done here. Time to earn your freedom, soldier.
Yes.
Earned it.
I actually think I missed him. Okay, this is bad. Kind of sounds like it's upstairs, but it's not. Ooh, nice.
Enemy personal radar in the air. inbound. Got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
I'm inside. That voice should only be heard if you're outside the zone. This looks like people's been looting. Why did they not loot that box down there? Okay. Keep it as.
Gas is closing in. Gas is moving in. New safe zone located.
Uppstation. Tyckte jag såg någon där.
Gas is closing in. Relocating the safe zone.
Har vi en platta? Armor plate. Nothing else here. All been looted. Money.
Gas is inbound. Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone. Loadout drop headed your way.
Ja, han där. Okej. Kommer behöva springa här istället. Ta en ny platta. Pengar.
Gas is closing in.
Se om jag kan se han härifrån. Där är han.
gas inbound. Safe zone relocation.
All right.
Det är en som hoppar där.
Closing in. Nine enemies are still active. Hunt them down.
Nej, så kommer han. Alltså... I can hear something is coming, but I don't... Sucks. It's not a good game anymore. At least not Warzone. Deathmatch, gunfight. Those are the best game modes within Modern Warfare. Warzone is no longer good. It's I don't think it's better than PUBG. Totally not better than PUBG. In the beginning it was. But then when everyone found out about the vehicles being OP, especially the trucks, the big trucks, they are so fucking OP. Yeah, you can't even fucking play the game anymore. Yeah, I just think you can also see players that played Call of Duty very much when the game came out are actually going back again to PUBG. At least on Twitch, there are many people going back again. Okay. Fuck off. There's still a problem with this game. So I have to take a bathroom break first. I'll be right back. Just gonna make some coffee too. So I'm just gonna wait for my coffee to be ready so I can drink it. Yeah, I get a little bit more agile and more awake, I guess. Let's watch some clips. I can drink my coffee before I do any other games. Or
Hello everyone, my
this
name is
is
Victor
how
Lama, and in this
Counter-Strike would
breakdown I'll be showing
look
you how I
like
recreated
in
Counter-Strike's
Unreal Engine
iconic map
4.
Dust 2 with a hyper-realistic twist. I wanted to explore how one of the world's most popular games could look if it was remade by leveraging the most cutting-edge technologies that exist today. I'll break down the most useful techniques that I used to create this scene, with some fun and highly creative workflows in every step of the process. And if you want to learn more about this project, you should join us on the 12th of this month at 7 PM CET for an in-depth livestream where I'll be answering any questions you may have about this scene. So check the description for more details and let's jump straight into the breakdown. To start off, I went back into Counter-Strike and played the game to get a better sense of space in the scene. And as a fun test, I then captured a whole bunch of screenshots and fed them into a photogrammetry software, which basically let me create a simple 3D scan using the different angles. Now, there are probably more clever ways to go about this, but I just wanted to have a bit of fun, and this really helped me get a sense of scale and proportions. I then used this as a reference to quickly model the basic shapes of the map, mostly using simple primitives. I wanted to stay as true as possible to the original shapes, but then really give the set dressing and texturing my own spin. Now all I needed to do was export my blockout scene into Unreal Engine and get things going. So here we are in Unreal, and the scene mostly consists of basic objects with no textures. And for this video we're gonna focus on the center structure, or the main square, which I'll be using to demonstrate how I went about detailing most of the scene. The mesh itself is extremely simple with very basic geometry and UVs. The next step here was apply a plaster material on this mesh, and to achieve this I relied on real-world scan data from the Megascans library. Because we're using a huge amount of assets for this scene, importing them would have been extremely boring and time-consuming. To get through this, I used Quixel Bridge, which allowed me to export my assets to Unreal Engine with just one click. As you can see, my plaster surface is automatically imported with all the textures and a material, which I can then drag and drop on my wall, all without ever leaving the zone. Now I'm gonna go back to Bridge and I'll export this wood board's 3D asset. This asset consists of multiple different wood planks, so all I needed to do was randomly pick one of them from the content browser, then move, rotate and scale them around my structure. I make sure to use several of the different planks as well as to rotate them around to maximize the variation I get from them to avoid repetition. I'll speed up this process a little bit. I'll also add a couple of planks around the door to create a really old and worn door frame. Once the planks are placed where I want them, I drag and drop this material from the content browser on top of my door, which was a fairly simple box, but now it looks like a realistic door that really helps sell our overall composition. I'm also adding a couple of these low stone walls on top of this structure to help give it a nice detailed sort of crowning. All the assets I'm using in this scene have been imported with one click using Bridge and the UE4 Live Link. Once I'm happy with these wall assets, let's move on to talk about trim sheets, what they are and how to create them. Now I'm just gonna add a very basic mesh around the corner here, and so far it's just a basic mesh, but we'll create a custom trim sheet using Quixel Mixer to have a nice set of bricks to apply to it. Trim sheets are basically tileable textures which you can apply to your models to create crownings, panels, damage and so on to specific parts of your model. My layer stack in the mixer was fairly simple for this one, and I used a black color in the top layer as shown here as an opacity mask in Unreal. This project used more advanced trim sheets as well, such as this one, and I'll be covering its creation process in the upcoming livestream, from creating the texture in the mixer to the geometry and UVs in Maya. Now back to our original trim sheet. Instead of manually exporting it to Unreal, I just went to File, Export to Library, and from there my asset was now available in the bridge as well. Now if I drag and drop my trim sheet material from the content browser to my mesh, you'll notice that it instantly looks much more realistic and detailed, and the overall structure feels much more believable as well. The next step for these walls was to add another layer of details to them, and just like with any other assets, the process was simple. Find the asset in the Megascans library through Bridge, click Export and start moving it around. These decals really make a huge difference in the final result and were leveraged all over this scene. Let's do some quick set dressing for the road as well, using an asphalt material I made in Mixer by combining a number of asphalt, concrete and dirt materials from Megascans. And before moving on to the next part of the video, I'll just go ahead and add some curb meshes to the scene as well. I'll speed this part up, but I'm using the same technique as I did for the wood framing on the structure, by adding some slight irregularities to the rotation and scale, and by using different orientations of the meshes, you can really maximize their use and really create a believable appearance. So instead of relying entirely on decals for detailing the road, I opted to use vertex painting as well, which basically allows me to paint different variations of the asphalt, creating a road that doesn't look repetitive. I created both variations of the asphalt with a mixer, and then just as usual, I sent them to Bridge and then to Unreal. The vertex blend setup I'm using for this road was also automatically generated for me from the Bridge. I wanted to break up the road even more, and to do that I scattered a bunch of 3D plans around my structure and the road as well. And just like with everything else from the Bridge, the foliage is completely set up for you with wind animation, materials and so on. I then imported a set of pebbles which were also scattered using the same technique, and they added a lot of value to the road. Before we wrap up our structure, I quickly wanted to go over this mix. My colleague James Lucas created the base texture for me, and then I created a very simple mesh that represented the overall shape of a crate. I'll go over the creation of this mix in an upcoming livestream. Once I had the crate in Unreal, I also imported a wooden pallet and put my crate on top of it. These two assets were then moved just around here, and they blended really nicely with our detailed structure as well. Finally, I started set dressing my scene by populating it with a bunch of different assets such as barrels, concrete barriers, cables and so on. And at this point it's pretty much like playing with incredibly realistic pieces of Lego. The rest of the scene received the same treatment as this structure, and I then progressively tackled each building, reused many different 3D assets, trim sheets and materials. Added to that some dust and basic post-processing, and you end up with a fully playable Dust 2 map that runs smoothly on a modern day computer. What you're seeing here is a time-lapse of the creation of this particular angle of the scene. I hope you had a great experience watching this video, and don't forget to tune in on the 12th at 7 PM CET for an even more in-depth walkthrough. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
That's so fucking cool. That's so cool.
5 years ago,
Take a look
Advanced
at this,
Micro
too.
Devices was in trouble.
I'm gonna
Ooh,
drink my
AMD,
coffee
Advanced
now.
Micro Devices, very painful day for this stock.
AMD it's still
It's just been
surviving, but
yeah, surviving.
not by a lot.
The chipmaker was bleeding money, drowning in debt, facing a possible bankruptcy, and its stock was trading around $2 a share. Lisa Su then became the company's first female CEO, faced with leading a daunting turnaround.
I was really excited to become CEO, but of course, a little bit scared like anyone taking on a new job.
After getting a doctorate in engineering at MIT and nearly 2 decades in the semiconductor industry, Sue was ready for the challenge. She laid out a plan to focus on microchips for gaming consoles, data centers, and platforms like virtual reality.
The most important thing for us as we thought about what AMD would look like back in 2014 is what are we good at? And what we are good at is making high-performance microprocessors. And that meant actually saying that we weren't going to do some things. At the time, mobile was a very, very exciting field, but it wasn't what we were fundamentally good at. And so we really focused on our core. And I know that sounds simple, but actually it takes a long time to build a sustainable product roadmap.
That's the thing about the semiconductor industry. Developing a new product takes years. AMD bet that the products it was developing today would be a hit with customers years down the road.
The first and probably the biggest bet is on the future generation of data centers. So it has room for 2 of our servers. We're all generating tons and tons of data every day. Like from all of your devices, we have all of this data. And the truth is, we're actually using just a fraction of it because we don't have enough computing to process all of this. And so we are building the largest and most powerful computers to really process all of that data and make sure that we're making good decisions. And on the other end of this spectrum, we're also very, very heavy into gaming. We cover every aspect of gaming, from PCs to game consoles to cloud gaming. The most important thing for us in selecting, where do we target our products is where do we see the market going. We honestly have to look 5 years out and say, what does the world need from tech in that time frame?
It's a long process and it's a long design cycle, so it takes a lot of anticipation and it takes a lot of skill to hit that mark 5 years before you even know what the market will look like. You have to anticipate that. AMD is in a position right now where it's done a very good job of anticipating where it had to be in performance in competition with Intel and NVIDIA.
Sue's bets have paid off. AMD has taken market share from its top rival Intel, and it's been the top performing stock on the S&P 500 for the last 2 years.
It's a very competitive space. It's a very high stakes, high reward place. And our goal is to continue to make the right bets year after year. So I'm very proud of what we've done over the last 5 years, but I would also say we're just at the very, very beginning of what we can do, and the next 5 years will be more exciting than the last 5.
So Lisa actually has a bachelor's, master's, and PhD in engineering, all from MIT.
I spend a lot of time in school.
So, and when you find something you like, you stick with it, huh?
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, so 5 years ago, you became the CEO of AMD, and the company was in a very different spot back then, declining share price and kind of struggling to find its place in a market that's really dominated by very few, very large players. And today, you're one of the best performing stocks in the S&P 500. So give us a quick...
Thank you.
Quick glimpse into the keys of the turnaround at AMD.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, thank you so much for having me. It's really an honor to be here. And AMD is a company that's been around for 50 years, but we've never quite hit our stride. And 5 years ago, this was an opportunity for me. It was actually my dream job to run a semiconductor company. And many people would say, well, why would you want to do that?
It's what every little girl wants.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it's the idea that you can make something. You can build products, you can put it on a shelf, and somebody will buy it and will know that it's yours. And the key for us was really, it's an industry where you have to make bets over the long term. So the bets sometimes take 3 years to pay off, sometimes take 5 years to pay off. And Wall Street is very fickle and hard to keep the attention span. But I think we really focused. We decided, hey, we were going to focus on great products, and it was going to take us 3 years to get the next products out, and we had to be very, very clear on what we were not going to do, which is sort of change our strategy.
And that focus, which you talk about, you're focusing on certain products means you're not focusing on others, and that's not just a product decision, it's a personnel decision that has impact. How did you get everybody in line with that renewed focus?
Extreme communication, extreme communication in terms of, I think, this morning it was discussed, like you say something like 75 times and then you have to say it like another 75. But it was very much around, we are about our products, we are about our customers, and we are about simplifying everything that we do so that, so that everyone in the company is clear on what our strategy is.
And for those of us who are not in the semiconductor industry, just give a sense of what those areas are that you chose to focus on.
So we are focused on products that are really for high performance computing. So the idea that we're all about how we get more efficient. Data centers are a large piece of things that are going to grow in the future, and our focus is on building really powerful computers.
Okay, you have new.
That means we don't do small things.
Right.
So like we're not
like
in
what?
your phone, but we might be in your PC, and we might be in your data center that is powering your cloud.
And because of that, you have a host of new customers that didn't exist for AMD before.
Oh,
you
not
took over.
mobile.
So talk
They
a little
are
bit about
going
that.
mobile now. Yeah.
Amazon's AWS, Oracle, Twitter. What do you do for them?
Yeah, you know what?
I guess she
what's
didn't
really
want to
important to
reveal
me,
that right
when I
now.
took over
Okay.
as CEO was
Maybe
how do
that's
we
why she
have,
said
sort of
that.
large brands associated with what we do, because my feeling was if we can get the most marquee customers using AMD products, and that was validation. So for example, we're powering some of Google's data centers today. So if you're running some applications on Google, you may be running on AMD, and we're working with Twitter. I'm a big Twitter
Yeah, but
fan. I don't
AMD
know how many
used
of
to
you
be
are,
so
but
much
that's,
cheaper.
That's one of the things.
But
that,
they are not
that I
not
double-edged
that much
sword.
cheaper now.
Well,
Well,
once in a while.
okay.
Yes, yes.
If you compare
We're in
certain
Microsoft's
chips.
new Surface laptop.
I mean, for instance, a
Those are,
chip that's
marquee
on the
brands where,
Intel side costs
relationships were really
$2,000,
built over, many
costs
years.
$1,000 on the AMD side,
And I
and
think
they are
everybody in
equal,
this room,
as equally
has
good.
to make bets towards the future, but in your business,
So it's still half.
way towards the future. And so what's the process of
Gonna be
making
interesting
those
to
bets?
see
Who do you have around
what
you that's
Intel
helping you
has.
to make those decisions that this is the next big market for our products?
What's really important in our world is really getting close to the people who are doing the engineering. So I'm an engineer at heart, and I actually spend quite a bit of time with our chief engineers and architects to understand where they think the future
Let's
is
pause a
going.
little bit. So what I think Intel is gonna do, they're gonna go for clocks again. I mean, AMD is going for cores, reducing heat output, reducing wattage. So your, for instance, laptops can last longer with a battery. And I think Intel still is gonna go for clocks. Up the core count, and then also try to beat AMD on the clock side. But then they won't be able to get the wattage that AMD has. I don't think so, at least, if they can't figure out a way how to do it. So yeah, continue.
And like I said, it's all about making bets. Sometimes you make the wrong bets, and hopefully
Kinda
most of the time you
curious.
make the right bets. But the important thing is sticking to those bets, because the life cycle of semiconductors are so long.
Do you miss being an engineer?
Do I miss being an engineer? Sometimes. Sometimes I miss being an engineer. But I have the luxury of being able to go into the labs and see what we're doing at any given time. So that's fun.
You have a lot of them around you.
Yes.
And how has the background of being an engineer, how has it helped and maybe hindered in some ways your transition into being a CEO?
Well, I think for tech companies, having some intuition about what you were trying to do is helpful, and so certainly for me, it's been helpful. I've had to learn about the business on the job, and so I've made sort of my share of mistakes doing that. But fundamentally, understanding, I thought what the major said was interesting. Like flying is a great equalizer. Like I think engineering is a great equalizer, right? Because either the product works or it doesn't work. There's no in between. That's sort of how I look at it.
Okay, I'm gonna switch to a slightly tougher topic for you, for all of us, I think, today, which is China and the trade war. So you had started back in 2016, you had started a joint venture in China to license your technology there, and that organization, that joint venture was blacklisted by our government just this summer. I think we're all very, we think about Huawei and maybe a few other companies, but there are many companies that have been impacted by this. So what does this turn of events mean for that joint venture and for the future of your business overall in China?
When you look at U.S.-China relations, it is a very, very complex topic, and we do maybe 30% of our business in China, so it's a large market for us. And the way we think about it is, look, the world is different today than it was 4 or 5 years ago. I think the thoughts around how do you balance both access to the market, which is one of the largest markets in the world, but also the fact that there are national security concerns as it relates to high tech. And for our case, we're making some of the most powerful processors in the world, and we want to make sure they're used for good things. And so, it's an adjustment, but it's an adjustment that we are, very prepared to make. And the most important thing is, to make sure that we're focused on, our strengths, which are, around, high performance computing.
So if you take a step back, though, I mean, do you think that we should be, at this moment, exporting computing technology, computing power to China to begin with?
Well, I think there are lots of different things that we do trade with China on, and there are certain aspects of our technology that are really, really special. And we should protect those really, really special things as much as possible, and then realize that for leadership in the U.S. markets, we still need access to the largest markets in the world.
Where do you, so 2 questions, I guess. Where do you see or hope things are going if you look into your crystal ball? And then the other question, you can answer whichever one you want first, but I think, obviously one of the hardest things with the current climate and the trade war is the uncertainty and the unpredictability of these twists and turns. And so how do you lead through that, especially at a company that it has very direct, large impact?
Well, I think what's really exciting to me is there's just so much you can do with technology, and there's so many applications that we can address. Whether we talk about sort of very geeky stuff, but if you think about what we can do to transform medicine and education and address climate change and all of these things, you really need powerful computers, and that's what we build. And so that's the really exciting thing. And then your second question about just how do we navigate these waters? I think we're all in the same place, right? We're all in the same place. Like every day we wake up and there could be something different that you're addressing. And that's the life of a CEO or a senior executive. And I think we get used to that. One of the things that I'm most focused on is ensuring that we are very agile as a company. Like we have 10,000 people. It's not a small company, but it's not a huge company. And the idea is how can we make 10,000 people be able to turn on a dime as market conditions change and as customer needs change.
Okay, and I'm going to turn to you guys for questions, but one more question on the China side. Just to kind of clarify and give more context, I mean, we're not talking about just chips that are going into consumer PCs or whatnot. The concern has been around chips that are going, high performance chips that are going into supercomputers, right? And some of those supercomputers are used by the Chinese government for various means. So just give a sense of like what these supercomputers can do, for better or worse.
Well, I think the real opportunity is supercomputers will allow you to really simulate things before they happen, and that allows us to predict much better. And some areas it's business problems, other areas it's how do you predict the weather, and some areas are weapons related. From our standpoint, again, it's really exciting to be at the forefront of technology. One of the areas that we're most excited about is AMD was just awarded the next generation highest performance supercomputer for the United States. So Oak Ridge National Labs will be building a, not that you need to know this, but a 1.5 exaflop computer that does lots and lots of things, and it'll be using our processors. And so we're very proud of that. And we just need to make sure that we keep pushing the envelope.
And I know we get very excited
And
about
they
the
do.
50 most powerful women, but there's actually a list of 50, the top 50 supercomputers in the world.
That's
so
right.
that's very
So
exciting.
they
and you're
just
welcome.
released Ryzen 4000.
We all get excited about different things. So
All right.
I
Questions
think-
from you guys. Please raise your hand if you would like to ask Lisa a question.
I don't know if there's going to be a
here's some
Threadripper on the 4000 series.
Real fast.
Hello, Lisa. Thank you for being here. My name is Leah Sweet from PayPal, so in a tech industry. I'm curious how you balance innovation with the long lead times that you have for your new technology. As your competition moves forward, as the dynamics of the industry change, you have to be able to change, as you said, on a dime, a large organization to focus on new and innovative products, but at the same time, you have extensive lead times in development, and so you have to have a significant amount of time reserved for that. How do you handle that balance?
yeah, it's a very interesting balance. What we do is, we really take sort of two aspects of it. One is there is just foundation, right? There's foundational intellectual property that you have to invest in, and you have to be the best at, and that hardly ever changes. And then you have what is more customer driven, and one of the things that that I find is you learn so much from every conversation about what's going on in the market and what customers need, and so we're able to adjust late in the cycle sort of what we do with individual customers, but that foundational IP and that innovation has to really stand there.
I'm going to give one last very, very quick question. I've always wondered how you guys name your chip lines. You've got like Matisse and Picasso and Rome and Naples. So how does that work?
Okay, so here's what I would say. The large brands I actually weigh in on, okay? It's like one of the most fun things, like, the marketing guys will come in with like 50 names, and I'll say, like one of our big product lines is a name called Ryzen, and it plays off of Zen, which is a very, sort of balanced system. When I first heard about that, I said, oh my God, I'm going to call it Raisin by mistake. So that's, but the other stuff, we let engineers do it. This is, we are a company of engineers, and the engineers name the individual products.
The branding experts.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Lisa.
Thank you so much for having me. You should really dream big. Believe that you can change the world. We're not talking about being a niche player. We're not talking about being second source. We're talking about how do we lead the industry. AMD is totally committed to the data center. This is our space. This is where we lead. 3rd Gen Ryzen is aimed at leadership, true leadership. Performance, features, power.
Let's go in and see what happens.
I think my dream as CEO is to make us
AMD
a
now.
great company. And it's really as simple as that.
Uh, Figure scaling. No. Don't really know how much. Third gen AMD Ryzen third Threadripper. So they only released the third generation. Yeah. So that's the 3990X. So they have released the 4000 now on the laptop side. So is there coming another generation of Threadripper? Haven't heard anything yet, but that is one fucking impressive CPU. So the 3950 gaming. One good thing that's happened, the 3950 is also being reduced price now. So the i9 9900K is around $500 now. 3950, okay. So there's 2 frames less. And that's because the clock speed is only running 4200 megahertz. But if you compare 4200 megahertz versus 47, you can clearly see only 2 frames less. There's only a 2 frame difference. That's pretty fucking awesome. But 1% low, yeah, 1% low is better on the Intel side. You get more drops. You get more drops on frame rate with the AMD. But then there are several things you can account for. They are both running the same megahertz on the same. And if you see the CPU usage on the 3950X, 25% at 56, 54, it's running cooler, and it's only running 28%. And look at the i9, to push the frames that it does, it's up to 59, 70% usage. And you can see that the AMD is steadily running between 20 and 30%. And it still pushes almost the same frame rate as the i9 9900K. That's pretty fucking impressive. can see it on the Intel side that it's actually more detail being rendered than on the AMD side. But you can see a lot better on the AMD side than the Intel side what you're actually gaming. You can see the wet fog here from the rain. The white water smoke, if I can call it like that.
You think corporate's ever gonna visit?
I mean, you can clearly see that there's a lot more usage. Then again, it's less cores too. There are more cores. But this is gaming. Then you move over to Blender and other fucking rendering software. Then that's where the 3950 impresses the most.
Remember, most of the
It
country has
completely destroys Intels. If you, for instance, if you want to render video, you want to content create and stuff like that. That's where you're gonna see the 3950X shine through. Because you can do everything on that PC. You can game, you can do... I can't do rendering with my i9-9900K. I can, but it's slower. I mean, the clock speed are higher, but it's still slower because it needs more cores. Basically no difference.
That is real champagne from the eastern region of France.
People who want to enjoy things.
Don't forget, the secret of endurance racing is to keep that car going until the end. This race is not over.
That's a good process. Get into it now. Let's see. That's good. This one. Real technology. kind of feels like the wheel should be facing inwards towards the tracks. Pretty cool. The finished product. Look at the lighting, the wind. Really nice. Take a look at the finished product here. Pretty nice.
I can also change the pixel depth offset parameter here to blend my assets into the terrain a little better. Those functions are all part of our custom master material. As the ambient light around is on the headlights of the vehicle. Unreal Engine's volume fog proved very easy to use and actually quite stable. There are a few tweaks that you need to make using console variables to get the best out of it, however. The first tweak is to turn temporal reprojection to 0. This was because we had the fog attached to the vehicle, which meant that as the vehicle was moving, the lights weren't able to keep up in the fog. This is to do with how Unreal Engine calculates the volume fog. The other thing that can help is to change the grid pixel size console of the camera's film grain. Unreal Engine 4 has a built-in film grain. However, we found that to be a bit limiting. When you increase the film grain intensity, you can see that it affects all parts of the image, including the bright areas. In reality, real-world film grain usually only affects the darkest parts of the image. It's not just a simple filter overlaid on everything.
Yeah.
To get around this issue, I built a custom post-process material that allows you to control how much grain the overall image has and which areas of the image, dark or light, it affects of our shots. The first thing I'm going to do is boost the contrast a little bit, so I'm just adjusting it here to 1.2. That should help me match the contrast to the Photoshop mockup
real,
and
man.
give a nice little pop to the whole image. The next thing I'm going to do is try and get a little bit more blue in the shadows. To do that, I'm going to use the gain function. So just go under shadows and try to find gain, and then tick the box, then you can simply tweak the color wheel. Of course, everything updates in real time, so there's no waiting around to see any kind of results. At the very bottom of the shadows section, there's an option called Shadows Map. If I got to the show, this actually did a really good job of making it look like the vehicle was actually shaking. It's really cool being able to interact with the virtual world in real time in this way, and it means you can play with real world physics to get really nice results. In this section, I'm going to be talking about how to achieve a good final frame output. These final frames will be the ones that you can use with your video editing application like Premiere or Final Cut. To render out frames, simply hit the little clapperboard icon. This will bring up a new dialog. In this dialog, we can define our various render settings. You have 3 different options for output format: PNG, settings, choose custom renders. With this setup, I was able to hit the render all. On a personal note, this project really opened my eyes to the possibilities of real-time graphics. I believe now, more than ever, that real-time is the future for movies, automotive, architectural visualizations, and even concept art and graphic design. Game engines like Unreal are the next step to making all of our workflows real-time. And asset libraries like Quixel Megascans and the integrated tools are going to make everyone's lives much easier. This is Joe Garth from Quixel, signing off.
Alright, so I have a fun video for you guys today. Very good. A stump. This stump should make it really helpful and really easy to all of the processes basically that are going to happen already connected and ready to go. If I click start right now, it's going to go through and do every one of these tasks for me. I don't have to do all these individual clicks. So it makes it extremely easy for a complete beginner to get started using Mushroom, even if you don't know what all these settings do. Honestly, I don't know what most of them do myself, so I'm not going to really be getting into it too much. It's really easy to get started with photo scanning. When all you have to do is click start, and it will automatically take you through every step. So it makes sure that you don't miss a step, and yeah, you get some great results. There's obviously lots of settings for a more advanced or pro user. All you have to do is click on them, one of these nodes, and you have all your settings over here for the different number of iterations, for example, and stuff. More complicated things that we don't really need to worry about. Again, you can go through and maybe adjust the size of your texturing node at the end here if you want like a higher resolution texture. Right now it's going to be, it looks like an 8K image, so that's perfectly fine for what I need right now. But yeah, lots of cool stuff. All these things are going to happen by themselves, so it makes it extremely easy to do. So the only thing you really have to do is import your images and save your file, and if you want to leave it at that, you could go ahead and have a very nice photo scan. And that's what I'm going to do because this is a beginner tutorial. I'm not going to get into the changing these settings and stuff, but if you wanted to, you definitely could. And for example, if you wanted to say save 2 different texture maps out, one at 8K for your high resolution and one at 2K for your game, model, you could go ahead and just take another texturing node by right-clicking and adding a texturing node right here. You could go ahead and connect this up just like that one's connected up, and you would be able to change these settings then to be something like 2K, and when you export it, you would have a 2K and a 4K. You'd also have to obviously connect these 2 nodes as well in the same order that this one's connected, and you'd be ready to go. So I'm not going to go ahead and do that right now because I only need one texture, but that's how you would do it. So right click, delete node, and we're ready to start photo scanning. The only step you need to do now is save your project. So I'm just going to go ahead and save as my project in the right spot here, and we'll just do a tutorial, and we're ready to go. So I'm going to click start, and as soon as you click start, you can see a nice bar pop up here, and then you also have a bar pop up down here. So it shows you what step of the process Mushroom is at. Right now we're at the feature extraction, and it will move along through all these different nodes. You'll know exactly what step of the process Mushroom is at, and this will take up to 5-10 minutes or even longer if you're using a laptop, maybe even an hour. So be patient, and as it goes, we'll see some results start popping up here. So exciting stuff, and I'll be right back with you guys. Okay, so we're about halfway done, and you can see now that our image matching and feature matching and structure for motion is complete, we have a point density of our model, and we can kind of zoom around here, and we can see that
you can take
already
regular
set up all the
photos
images
and
in the right order, and is now
do
working
this,
on structuring
and
the
then
mesh. So you
put
can see
them
a
into
point density
games.
right now just
That's
by
fucking
using
cool.
your left click and
That's
kind of panning
so
around
really
to
cool.
the texturing state. The properties tab with N, grab our object, go to our material settings here, and you can see that right now it's set up to use the object in Blender render, but we want to use that in cycles. Go to it right now, you can see that we have some shiny areas in there, but most of it's flat. and I think this looks a bit better. I need better results. The last thing to do is change even more realistic by adding some realistic nature put in right here. Once you do something very small and get just a tiny bit of extra display, looks really cool. And then again, sharpness, if you want to add more sharpness, you could do that.
Really nice.
Vignette, of course, you need a vignette. Everything looks better with the vignette. And bloom, you can get some highlights going.
Yeah, Warzone is getting too easy. Okay, too easy.
People are so stupid, man. I love it. I'm not saying you're stupid. I just think that's really, really funny how you said that. That's all. To sum it up, Warzone is more fun casually. Apex is more fun competitively. That's the sum up version of that. That's pretty good, though. Where are we going?
I would agree.
You know what? Let's try train. Go.
Wee.
Probably land on the backside of train.
Hunt the enemy down.
Oasis is almost up, Tyler. I don't know if you heard.
Oh my god.
They them and they're like they outsourced a bunch of engineers and they
against the backup.
Yeah, they got backup. Yeah, and they pretty much they figured out all the issues, and now it's just a matter of testing them. And once they test them, if all goes well, they're gonna be chilling, you know.
Oh fucking hell!
We can all
Yes.
log in. Yeah, this week's been a huge.
That's good news, guys.
I really need.
Last Oasis.
We got a taste of it, and then it was just ripped away.
Yes. Get into that.
I want the whole damn thing.
It also doesn't help that he did literally
Probably
say, "I'm
it's
never
probably
playing
gonna
Warzone
be up
again."
tomorrow then.
Yeah, that's what the article makes it
They're
out to
testing
be.
it out today,
Because
all
I
day
said that,
today,
but then
and
they cut out the next 3 seconds.
hopefully it's gonna
which
be up
is,
tomorrow.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm gonna play, just not gonna play 8 hours a day. I'll play a couple hours a day.
Not like in my.
Yo,
loadout.
got me, got
So
me, got me your money.
don't you do that
Got
to
my
me.
money too. I dropped my money. Did you pick it up? You good?
Yeah.
I need plates. I have
Sure.
0. Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I bought 2 stacks.
Hi, there's some plates.
Tyler's been gone. He doesn't give a fuck.
I got 2. I'm coming.
Yeah, all they did is they just pretty much, in that article that says I'm never playing this game again, all they did is they essentially clipped that and they left everything else out, and it makes it out to seem like I'm never playing it again. But here I am, 1 week later, you know, still playing it. I think it's been like 5 days since I said that actually, but you know, so don't believe everything you hear and read, because 90% of the time it's gonna be wrong.
Oh.
Oh.
Say no more. Say no more.
The Golden Dragon.
Objective updated.
Alright.
Secures that position.
Is it possible for girls to be simps, or can only guys be simps? Oh, girls can be simps for sure. Why not?
Your shots. Let's go.
Roger. Commander.
And
I
the
quit
message.
League once a year. Yeah, exactly, dude. That's a big thing. Like, people got so serious about it, and they're like, wow, Shroud, he's quitting. Wow, blah, blah, blah. But, bro, so many gamers uninstall and quit games because of just rage moments on the reg, you know? I think people just make me out to be like some sort of messiah of gaming, which is just like wrong. I'm just somebody who loves
You
games
guys
so passionately.
can watch this clip for now. I'm gonna have to
Yeah, it does.
go for another bathroom break.
Who threw a decoy, huh? We need a loadout. I can't. I'm crying. Close. Downed him. Oh my god. Was it just one? What the fuck? That was so weird.
Wolf's bite.
He does have the nose of a messiah. I don't know what that means, but thank you. I like my nose.
They might have upped it, maybe.
Enemy personal radar overhead.
I don't know. I don't really like the term and word simp. I don't know. It's weird. I like White Knight better because it like makes more sense. You know.
Whoa! Behind us. Oh, he jumped out of the window. He's on the floor.
But I think people view simp and White Knight in a different way because it's about a female, right? There's somebody in here, yeah.
Yeah. Might have been the guy across the street.
Bottom left window. Fuck, I missed.
With you? What? Oh, is that on the roof?
Oh, no, in the room, and behind. Ow.
It's fucking
Behind,
chilling, bro.
across the street.
Peeking. Car. Here.
Or you're red. For now. Yo, I have a mine right here. If you need to use it. No, it's mine.
Inside, maybe? I'm not gonna...
Wait, I'm gonna face this guy. I think I'm gonna be over. More right here, behind you.
Oh!
Oh, I'm on right as well. Right on Tyler.
What the fuck just happened? That escalated so quickly.
Man, TJ's down for a minute, bro.
On the roof!
Fuck, no way.
Fucking double.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is I
car,
think
bro.
people that use the term simp and White Knight and stuff, they view it in a way of like somebody protecting a female for like sexual fucking needs or something. But in reality, like that's just not true.
Who needs a buyback?
If you like somebody,
I
female
mean,
or
like,
not,
you can
I mean,
buy
you're
them back.
probably gonna want to protect them and protect their integrity or So that's why I don't really like those terms because they're just not true. 90% of those people aren't protecting a female for sexual fucking favors.
me and Mike don't lose,
They just like the person.
Shit, hold on.
Don't worry, I'm about to win this gulag real quick. Shit, son. He was AFK.
I lost.
They're no longer with us.
Wait, it won't let me buy you back.
Yeah, hold on, I'll say one. You should be able to do it now.
You lose your gulags? Son?
Yeah, he did.
I lost the Sugma.
Yeah. I killed the guy who was doing the exact same thing I was doing. Just got some extra cash.
Need my place.
You got UAV. UAV ready whenever.
Get some plates. Yeah, drop me some money.
Yeah, dude, we got plates right here, dog. We got 5.
I dropped you 1100, I think.
Pick it up. I got plates now. We're good. There's plates for me.
guy could still be on the roof.
Summit and Doc want to play CS. Is it just them two? Because I bet you us three will join. Well, maybe. I don't know. Tyler might not. Summit did not say join. Don't listen to them. Thank you. Thank you. Boom, 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 boom. I only have 50 bullets.
Oh, I only have 60 bullets. But I have 100. We're good. I can give you one click after we stop.
Okay, fucking. Run, character.
Down.
That was scary.
PJ.
Fuck cars, dude.
Yeah, we're done.
Oh shit, I got hit.
Top over
Top.
here. Never mind, top. Broken. They're big roof.
Let's see.
Dead.
Nice.
Just headshot the other ones. Bummer. There's nothing we could do about those guys.
Yep.
I can.
We should make it so if you down someone right after they get res. Or like, like 30 seconds after you get res, you go down.
They should just make it if you get downed on the roof.
Another one on me. Another one on me.
You just insta die.
Come and Tyler, you're alone right now.
Fuck, self-reviving.
Shot my.
We're getting shot from the roof, guys. Here.
Allied UAV overhead.
I could die here.
I downed one.
I'm healing.
Yeah, on the roof.
You're fine. I peeled him off.
Somewhere. He's right here still. I'm nading. He's gonna run.
There's two.
Claymore.
Why'd they put it? No, you can't. The hedges? No.
What a joke. What am I playing?
No, they're under. They're like somewhere next to us.
Joke.
What is this? A joke? I need to play armor.
Let's buy some right here.
True.
Will CS ever die? Probably not. It's a legendary fucking game.
Scared to eat, bro. I don't like buying armor, ammo, but feeling pretty low.
Feeling damn
I
good.
have 142. Oh, some here.
Mission.
Where do we go? Let's go port, yeah?
Or
yeah. We all have snipers, right?
Yeah.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Here.
Enemy.
Yes. La hit. I can't even ping it. You're so far
Yeah,
away.
I'm looking around, I'm lost.
You've got gas
On
inbound.
mark.
Safe
Above
zone
mark.
relocated.
I see.
Enemy UAV overhead.
So they're camping up here, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, can't really do much about it because it's a death trap going up.
Right.
See them. Hold up. Might be able to down one.
Unless you... Oh.
Broken.
Oh, fuck. Other guy?
Hit him.
Sweet! Got him.
Got one? There's another one.
Sweet stuff. people here at the back of the building.
Oh shit, look out.
I just saw him.
Precision, careful. On my left here. On the floor, in front of you guys. This guy's he's not happy. He's not happy, mate.
I'm moving.
Oh, zone, what the fuck?
Just self-res up top. Or yeah, res up top. They might come down in it.
You're gonna force
You're ready, you're ready. Look up.
Ah! That's out.
Go get in this car quick, CJ. Come on.
Yeah, wait for him.
Sorry, I was killing another team.
Oh, good.
My apologies.
Is that a ring?
The car is outside.
It might have died the ring.
That's so lucky, dude.
Probably did, honestly. It won't say it, I don't think, so. Chat, shut up! Thank you.
Let's be on our left.
There's a quad on our left. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I have 35 AR bullets to my name. Does anyone have AR ammo?
Here.
Let's clear this. Sector clear!
Clear!
Move up. Clear.
Clear.
Stairs clear. Big room clear. Oh,
SA2 clear.
Saw a guy on mark on the floor. Running left. There he is on the left. How did I miss?
This guy is so fucking low. He's down.
I need his AR.
Finish him yet?
Oh.
His teammates coming from over here.
Wait, he's resing. Smoke res.
Dodge. Big play out of the rookie.
This house.
On mark. Hit. Broken. By truck.
In the attic. Broke his armor in the attic.
Truck
Yeah,
broken.
one
Truck
down.
broken. Dead, down.
Dead. For sure. There's still one.
I downed one. One's still in the attic, I'm pretty sure. Right?
I'm playing safe, boys. I gotta shield
People
up.
behind us. People rolling in behind us as well.
Check the
AR balls now.
Can we check the attic real
gas
quick?
mask if you need.
Let's check this building with me.
I have heartbeat. My bad.
First floor clear.
Nobody.
Nice calm, CJ. Nice calm.
Dude, my fucking device lied to me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the device is useless. People got ghosts and shit. Cold-blooded. You know? You know?
Cold-blooded.
Yep. Just like that. I'm gonna get some plates. Oh! When I move, you move.
I need AR ammo. Oh, you got?
AR ammo? Yeah, I got you.
You sure you want to buy armor plates? Yes!
But you're sure, though. Yeah, I'm gonna buy some more armor plates.
Oh, I got we got a proximity mine set up here.
On you. Oh, one down here on the backside.
Roger that.
I only saw one.
Guys down. Other guys on train car. I got some. I'm in a box.
Hit him.
Literally in
No
a fucking
armor.
box. Behind us as well. 345.
I think there's a team set up right across. No.
Oh! I'm dead.
TJ.
They're pushing.
Where? I'm so confused.
North.
Gas is inbound. Marking new safe
Gulag
zone.
exposed. Let me get TJ.
I don't want to move from here. I think it's a good spot to res, but.
Oh, I see. Hey, I see.
I'm coming to you, Ty.
Walking.
Friendly drop bag headed your
Yeah.
way.
I didn't even know there's a door here.
I can't close it. Keep moving. So stupid.
They're
dude.
right across.
He's opened it.
Oh my god. We're good. We're good.
I need plates.
Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna go buy some right now.
How did
I'm
this
going
man?
with Tyler to buy
How did
plates.
this man just sneak in? Sneaky little devil.
Buy two.
Oh.
Have you?
I got a precision as well. Zone's closing in. There's an extra full stack down, right?
There's a team right in front of me. Team right in front of me.
Ping. I'll drop.
Ah, I made a stupid play. It might push. They're right across. They're right across.
Check. This is the fucking
Touch it.
special.
Touch me.
Oh God, boys.
Fuck it,
Oh,
I'm
God,
self-resing.
boys.
Fuck it, I'm
Try to
sick
do
of it.
Yeah, do it.
Try to do 360. I'm dead.
In the push, watching the push.
I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna.
Stick me. I'm dead.
Stick him. Have you?
Oh, care. Holy madman.
Oh, you said stick? You said stick. I got the stick, doc.
Broke one. I broke one.
True.
What the? He's like prone or some shit. I broke his armor. Keep spraying. Cover me. I'm pushing. One's down. Low. 2 down. On the left. Hard left. Last one.
They're so low.
Last one. Hard left. Nice, boys.
It's have fun in the lobby, boys.
Gas is closing in. Relocating the safe zone.
I have 19 bullets.
Make sure you grab a gas mask. Yeah, dude. Where the rats at?
Where the rats? Hey, where the? Oh, never mind. Thought I saw somebody.
Extra arm, AR.
Pass him.
Okay.
They're probably just in the hills in front of us, near TJ or something.
Got gas moving in.
Could be gunner left. Oh, it's dangerous out here, dude. Something's fucky.
Something's fucky. This hill is scary. Oh, I think they're up here. Yeah.
Get me up.
Oh shit.
Oh, this is bugged.
Allied precision
Called in an
airstrike
airstrike.
incoming.
Oh, I got.
See one?
Oh, I got one. Oh, never mind.
I don't even know where I'm dying.
Oh, I down two. On Mark, I down two. I got you. I down two.
But he's right up. He's right in front of me.
Actually, it worked though.
One left on the tree. He's down. They're all dead. That was a good airstrike by accident, I think.
Yeah. It was purposely on that point where I wanted it. It just they so happened to be.
Okay, so it was an accident.
But it wasn't though. Like they just so happened.
It's a 3v1, by the way.
Yeah.
So yep.
Can't lose.
If we lose the 3v1, we should all retire. We should hang the mouse.
Deal. Step away from me, boys. Not getting mind. This guy's gonna be in a little rat corner.
I feel like he's in this corridor down here.
Could always start a fake battle. Those always work. Well, actually, never mind. That wouldn't work. He has all the info we need. Ah, fuck.
I'm gonna melee him. Oh wait,
He's not.
That's TJ.
Just
Damn it,
fucking
TJ.
Fake, dude.
I see him.
Oh, he's sniping over here.
Vlogs on the floor. He's hit twice. He's got low armor.
From LM.
Marking new safe zone. This is your last chance.
I was 360ing, dog.
Oh yeah. I thought you accidentally fell.
The 360 did it. Hey, you meleeed him. Nice.
Well done.
I'm going home.
let's take a look at crowds. That's not the one he has. This is his old PC.
Keep adding it. Can we just get one big number? Fuck yeah. I like that.
What makes Valorant better / more exciting than CS? I mean, better is not the right word. More exciting, the fact that it's new. So something new is nice. Something modernizing CS, you know, like new is good. TikTok gaming has been on the come up, dude. It has. TikTok is huge, man. It's crazy. Some people are so fucking.
You know what I
funny on
got? I
TikTok.
haven't set
Some
it up
shit's
yet.
just
I've
like,
got these bad boys, dude.
what? But I get it. There's a lot of users on TikTok.
Boss
so.
right there though.
Some shit's so funny. Some people are so
He's a
creative.
predator.
Hilarious.
Look at that.
What did you say? 2?
Alright.
I got 2 of these boys
Let's,
right here. Ain't that some shit?
here, I
Look
just
at that.
pick of it, dude.
Yeah.
Pick of it.
Jesus.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
But it's super cool with my cult. They just did a. Can you make money from TikTok? You can make money from anything, dude. Yeah, the stream. I mean, there's not much I could do about the stream. Not even more souls.
Oh my god, I'm lagging.
Yeah, this is the one.
The Acer Predator Orion
Why am I
3000 is
playing
a
this?
small gaming
I'm bored,
PC
man.
with some
I
pretty
don't know.
powerful
There's
specs
nothing-
inside. The
Nothing
other
else
options
to play.
available: the
Most
gig
fun.
NVMe, NVIDIA GTX 1070 graphics, 16 gig of with some pretty powerful specs inside. So let's take an in-depth look and find out what it's got to offer and see how well it performs in games.
That's not the one. Guess it's the Helios.
Want to be a TikTok thought? Go for it, dude.
You and TJ are on the hunt.
You do whatever you want to do. Nobody's gonna stop you.
Move to the next area and secure the perimeter.
This is the one. It's a Predator.
Good count on
1000.
it, but
Yeah, that's weird. I picked this up and it went right to you guys.
I don't know what I count this. I'm looking to kill these guys over here.
Lots of girls on TikTok are underage, and that's creepy. I mean, I guess it depends on what they're doing, right? And that depends on how you perceive it, you know? There's lots of users on TikTok, and yeah, some of them are young, but they're not doing, like, weird
That is
shit.
unlucky.
Yeah, I
They're
died
just
so fast.
making funny content, you know?
I'm
No,
fucking so
I'm
confused,
probably fucked.
There's a guy behind me and a guy in front of me, and they're both on the opposite teams. Like, what the actual fuck, bro?
Come on, Mike, I'm gonna feel the game. I'm crawling to you. One got the res. I'm crawling to you. They're shooting at the guy in TV. You should be able to get a res.
Hold on.
Nope, you're not gonna make it. No, you're not gonna make it. Dead.
Yes! Oh, my hero, my senpai.
Over the building, Kobe! Oh shit. One's low, one's down. The other side of this metro bus. Watch this popper grenade. Oh, it hit him, but it didn't kill him. Ah! Wait, it did kill him. Wait, what? Somebody else shot them or something.
Care behind you on TV.
2080 Ti NVIDIA SLI.
Oh! Many men
So this
Many,
one,
many, many, many men. Ah! Here, I'll give you some.
this one has 2 GPUs.
I'm gonna push him in a second.
Do attack, boys. I'm ready to attack.
Heartbeat out.
Double RTX 2080 Ti is live with the
fucking
NVIDIA
three-prong
NVLink.
attack. They're all on rooftops.
Yeah, running in,
Be
running in, running in,
helt
running in.
sjuk, Panda.
Oh, he dropped down. He's on the lower level. Everyone sit in the diner.
Oh!
Okay.
He's in, he's in.
TJ? What are you?
He meleeed me. What a fucking goofball.
Oh my god, this thing's insane.
Oh, the price is not that bad actually. 33,000.
Dude, I shot like 90 bullets in a second, and this guy was like, what the fuck, you one-shot me. I shot like 20 bullets.
I died really fast.
It's not that bad actually.
Fun is this? It shoots so fast.
That's the, are you talking about that green one?
The FAL. The FAL.
But let's go to this one. And let's see here.
We're just waiting for Mike to leave. Oh.
Stop throwing rocks at me!
RTX, datorn kommer med ett kraftigt. Yeah. So yeah, this one only has one graphics card in it, and that's why it's so fucking cheap.
My cap crunch.
So
Dude,
I'm pressing,
so nice right
I'm
now.
clicking on buying this one.
Dude,
Okay,
I
fuck.
might want some cereal.
I accidentally got it out.
Have your money, Tyler?
Yeah.
So you can see here. So it says here,
Perfect timing.
double GeForce RTX 2080 Ti. So when I press to go buy now,
I don't know what to build or
I'm
bring.
getting there's a cheaper model.
Just use the standard.
So given that it's two
Wait, can I get
of these,
armor?
you can basically say
Did you get those 2 plates?
it's
Nope.
around
No, it's
15,000
Let's just
more
buy
expensive
More. Let's buy more.
than 32. So around 45,000. So
I only have one plate,
4,500.
I have 3.
That's the cost of this
Five
PC.
back, I'll take 2 and you take 2.
Did you
Are
get
we
hit?
okay?
Did you get
Straight
it?
this way. He's fucking upping us, bro. Where? On my mark. I'm gonna drop you.
Oh! The guy in the back's hit. He's running. We got a runner, boys.
I have more plates for you.
Oh my goodness, I have no ammo. I'm crying. Tears.
Mike here.
Son of a bum.
Bit of body armor here.
We got more money to buy more plates. Get the fuck out of here.
Let's kill this guy.
Go buy more plates, and I'm gonna drop you there.
This guy ran. He's gone with the wind. Oh. Down one. Behind that truck. There's 3 of them.
On the right is dead one.
One on the left behind the sign. I missed.
There, TJ. He's shooting at someone on the left here. I'm marked. More and more on the left.
Hey, he's inside. Who threw that thermite?
No, he's out in the middle. He's right here.
Someone just shot me in my ass. The guy that got away. That's the guy.
Fucking rat. There, I'm marked.
Back right. Low.
Yeah, two.
Another one. 2. There's more in this building. Push me. And on my back as well. Oh, I'm dead.
I got him. That's the guy that got away.
Nice. Other guys on my left.
Eliminated. Down.
Okay.
Okay. Got you.
Nice.
Res. Up. Yup.
Looting.
Gas mask. Extra plates.
Nice.
Armor. Money.
Jesus Christ.
Bullet. Loadout. On me.
Coming.
Gas is closing
Get
in.
better.
Relocating the safe zone.
Two up.
Yep, pushing.
Okay, I'm right here. Got you right. Clear.
All right.
Pushing.
Clear left.
One in the,
Oh my goodness. Someone landed on the roof. Ah, fuck.
Coming.
Oh no, he landed on the ground. He's just past
over
orange
here.
ping. Two of them. Oh, you got the loot. Nah, son. Down one.
On the way.
Little fucking thief. One more up ahead.
Oh, rat.
Little rat.
Oh, rat.
Little rat.
Oh no, armor plates over here if you need them.
Ooh, dude, there's hell of
Set body armor here.
48 hundo.
They're at cluster.
Oh, on me. Oh no, he went the other way. Okay, I'm hunting him.
Okay.
On his ass.
Rudge.
You know, I heard something, bro.
Holy fuck, you almost killed me. It was Slade. Fuck you.
I lost my bogey.
Got gas moving in.
Oh, good. Oh, he's across the way. Over here. Or fuck, I pinged like a fucking gun.
I've got movement.
I don't know where he is now. I saw him. It's on the roof. Shit.
Come, we move to the safe zone.
Where's him?
There, going in.
Don't you need the back tire?
No, I got you. Yasmin, you might pop a cluster in this guy.
Target is marked. Go for strike.
Copy. Cluster strike away.
People in my building. A lot of men.
Rudge.
Apparently I hit myself with that nade.
Alright.
There's a guy in here. I ran past him somehow. Where'd he go?
How is he not dead? I pre-fired him and everything.
Super bullet.
He's in the corner of my body.
Where'd he...
Upstairs maybe? Upstairs maybe?
No, I just came from there. I think you traded. Is this him? Was he gray? Gray female?
Yeah.
I think he traded or he blew himself up or something. I don't know. He's
Oh
dead.
my god. Fucking Protega.
He had to blow himself up because he killed TJ with the
Yeah,
C4.
he did. He blew
Must
himself
have
up.
Guy on the
Very
roof
low on the
bullets.
roof.
I can cluster.
Coming!
He got him. Get in. I'm about to land the
Peeking on the
fucking roof if you light him up.
One's already lit up.
Is there multiple bogeys?
There's one for sure. Just come be here.
He's like right here. He's like right here.
Disregard last.
I assume.
It's one. You hit him, I'll fucking land on him.
Down.
Oh, I'm landing on him.
Gas is closing. Get to the
I
new
just
safe
hear
zone.
the little pistol, dude. I love it. Oh, me! What the? How?
Dead.
Oh my goodness gracious! That's who kills me, Jesus.
Why get get Mike quick? I got money.
I'm buying replace dollar.
Somebody was spec scoping from.
Money.
Somebody's on this building right here.
I got you a full stack, bruh.
I know, but take my fuck it. I'll take my money back.
Take your money back. I don't want that dirty.
Oh my
Whoa.
god, you scared me, Tyler.
Look out. Everyone's moving a little too fast. Get your gas mask here.
my perks. I'm sad about it.
Yeah.
Same.
You saw him. Well, clearly fucking not, huh? Spectating eyeballs are better
This
than
is the
gaming eyeballs.
graphics card I have.
I don't know if you're aware of this.
And I'm not happy with the cooling. The cooling is so bad. If you wanna buy a graphics card, you shouldn't be looking at gigabytes because they have the cooling is so bad on it.
Ellie. In the sky.
At least that's what I think.
Is it weird that you play mostly console
Yeah.
players? No, not really.
What the fuck is this gun I'm using, bro? It's like the bullets double the speed of fucking like
Turtle.
I don't even know.
The speed of
There's
turtle.
There's two people in the heli. They're both trying to shoot on the side.
I mean, the brand isn't bad. It's got good things in. Oh yeah.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Nice slow swap speed.
So I don't get a 20 series R8. See, it's only 8 gig. 8 gig on the water series.
Let's go to the
cluster.
Let's just go to the
I
present
guess.
point.
Okay.
Probably find somebody. Sure.
He's gonna drop.
They
in,
doubled
he said.
res. Double. Double.
Like I had some
Think.
Monet.
Not sure.
That
No,
means
here's
they're
one.
gonna be broke.
Here's one.
Toast soon.
Oh, both right there.
2080 Ti Extreme
Let's see 'em
Waterfalls.
across.
11G.
So lady, two. Oh, third.
I'm flanking him. Hold
Third
on.
one's broke.
Black's dead. Multiple bogeys.
Oh, I'm coughing.
Crossing.
Down and down.
Two. Hot spot. Two. Another one there. Close.
There's
Another one across the street.
Really.
Oh, it's a copper base.
The guy I
Oh
saw
my
is
god,
on
he
his
took
own
the
team.
fuck out of me, Tyler.
Enemy UAV overhead.
I see him.
Do not be afraid,
Shot
my
me and then
child.
ran. Still people behind us as well.
I have no plates. I'm gonna go back and meet up.
Let's see what the price is at.
There you go. He's right
And
here.
what you actually get into it.
I saw him in his ghillie suit, man. He's around here somewhere.
Gas is closing in.
Can you buy a full stack?
Yeah.
Enemy UAV
Roof.
overhead.
Yeah, they don't have it.
Enemy movement.
You want to cluster him? I'll fucking cluster that.
I don't know. How do we?
It might be a waste. I don't
Yeah.
know.
How do we get up there?
Be advised, enemy team is tracking your location.
Oh, here maybe?
There's.
The,
By the way.
the hut. It was just one dude.
2 alleys.
They're
Shooting at him.
dueling up there. One parachute out, two parachute out. Hold on, we can fuck them real quick.
Wait for him.
That guy's lit.
Yeah, landed right next to us.
He's lit.
Yeah, broke him.
It's so laggy, bro.
He fell. Oh,
Dude, this is so
You
laggy.
shoot at me,
This
bro?
is so laggy, dude. I'm raging.
I like it.
Oh, here. Yeah. Nice.
So freaking laggy.
Killed the Joker.
Thinking.
I'm gonna scream.
Relocating the safe zone.
Thinking
I'm
of
gonna
ordering
scream.
some food.
I'm gonna scream.
Yeah, are you lagging, Mike?
Yeah.
What's up?
Lagging?
Okay.
You're right in front of us, right in front of us. Landed.
Moving up here.
This is gonna fucking suck, bro. Whoever's gonna pick up is.
Bro, I
There's a
can't.
whole team down here.
I can't, dude. I don't know what's going on.
Hit armor. Black model.
Bro.
He's one.
Oh,
I
he dodged that. He dodged.
He's sniping me right now. Head angle.
Oh!
Downed him.
Enemy UAV overhead.
He's behind the truck.
Yeah.
Oh, on my back. I might die here.
I down another. Dude, this
Holding
is
the cluster, Mike. Don't worry about it. Don't worry
Yeah,
about it.
okay.
Stay there. TJ, stay there. Clustering. Vehicle pit. I'm helping Mike. Crawl back to me. Crawl back.
God damn it, dude. This is so hard to play.
Need help. I'm like one.
Here.
He's in the building, peeking the mid window.
This is pork.
I'm hiding inside. I'm hiding. I shield up. I'm hiding.
There's people on our back over here.
Let's chill for a second. Chill.
Bro,
Run
can I
Take your
enter
slow.
my fucking things? Holy fuck.
Going in.
Here on Mark. Peeking. White peek.
I'm pushing around the left.
I downed one on the roof.
They're still on roof.
Yeah, I downed one.
One more on roof. He's probably going for res. I don't want to cross street. I think there's one behind this building.
There was one down. There was one over here.
This
on
is
Mark.
so bad, dude. Holy fuck, I'm raging. I'm gonna go in the building across and own these guys real quick.
Yeah.
People on my back as well. Fuck.
Oh my goodness.
Pulling a shoot. Yeah.
One down. Dead. That was a white. That was the guy on the roof. Mike, on your roof.
Okay.
Should be one more up there.
You're safe.
This is so frustrating, bro. Oh my god.
Enemy UAV overhead.
We're okay, dude. We are okay. Oh, here.
Enemy
Yup,
movement.
good ping.
I'm moving. Enemy personal radar overhead.
Two inside. Multiple
Dude.
Zone's closing
TJ,
at 10.
come back right
Zone
now.
is
TJ, come
10,
back,
10,
come
10.
I will handle it.
The way you said that made me fucking like pull my dick backwards.
Papa. Mike's got us on the fucking rotate. We got this guy choked.
One of the third.
I see. Down one. Right here.
One inside here.
I'm getting shot at from. Oh, top of train.
Not in the circle. It's time to move.
Let's go.
I'm so low. This lag is gonna make me scream.
Do it.
Get this man a pillow.
Give him some fucking napkins.
They're under us. Close. In.
Yeah.
Where?
In our building. I'm flanking him.
Holding the stairs. I'm holding from top.
One's
stairs,
down.
Alex.
Push it. Oh, I'm gonna die. Thank you.
We're here.
Gas is closing in.
Zone.
Locate the safe zone.
Just kidding. We're good.
Lag, dude. I'm raging. I need to buy some plates.
Enemy
Ground
UAV
team
overhead.
requesting flyover.
Alright, we gotta get in.
I bought a UAV.
Launch.
We can all pop a UAV right now. See the whole map.
Yeah,
Pop
do
one.
it.
Gas is inbound.
One more.
Allied
Okay, well that's the whole map.
Let's go. They're on the open.
Right, I'm going.
One's down.
The backside. On chain.
Down
Whoa,
one.
that guy went in.
Yeah, I downed him.
5 remain. Stay alert.
Nice.
Done. All enemy teams eliminated.
Back to back.
Dude, that was
winning.
so laggy, bro. Raging.
I think I'm gonna walk down there. It's not that far away from where I live, so
ever play Red Dead Redemption 2? I did very briefly, and it was kind of... It honestly was kind of eh. But I feel like I should give it another shot. You know, I feel like I didn't give it the I feel like I just didn't give it enough of a shot. You know what I mean? What do you guys think? You guys think I should revisit it?
Okay. Let's try a game.
我操把大鼻子直接喷死2个，他们还敢攻了，我靠！
Fucking Chinese guy on European servers. I mean, I don't mind. I wouldn't mind if they came on and played with us. But then they have to actually have to try to speak English. They can't fucking just join in and then just talk.
شوية وقفت. ما اشوفك تسمعها كل هالأغنية أوقف.
And this is the same too.
أشغل. وينكم؟
أسمعك.
And look at the names of the players. There's one easy way you can see if the guy you're playing with is a cheater, hacker, or whatever. Usually they have no imagination of what to name their account if they have been banned before. But then there are players that play on, and never get banned. But you would think that you actually, yeah. Let's see if this works now. No, it doesn't seem like it does. Maybe I have to wait a little bit before I can actually... Nope. For some reason it's not working. I'm gonna have to figure out what's wrong with that. There's one team there. One guy. Is he going to where I am? No. Not. Did he go? Can't see him. He already went down. And he's pushing me now. Oh, really? Because I sat on the fucking left side. And he's pushing me. There's a guy in the next building too. He could have pushed him, but he chose to fucking push me. It's just fucking unlucky. I didn't reload the fucking weapon. Could have done that before I jumped out the window. But he was on his way up, so. I should have broken the window, not jumped down, taken the stairs instead. Yeah. So for instance, I'm holding a weapon. In Call of Duty, all you have to do is press E and he punches. Okay? In this game, I'm holding the weapon. I'm gonna have to holster the weapon, then I'm gonna have to punch. I mean, what the fuck? Why don't they have a thing where you can use your rifle butt to actually crush windows and stuff like that? So you don't have to put away your weapon and then you have to pick it up again. You holster your weapon, crush the window, and then press 1 to get your weapon back again. No, just use the end of your fucking rifle to just crush the window. Just like in Call of Duty. I mean, I don't get how they were thinking in this game, actually, when they made it. I mean, in real life, if you were running around with a rifle, you come up to a window, would you actually use your hands to break the window? You might fucking hurt yourself. No, you wouldn't. I mean, everything else in this game, they've been thinking pretty much realistically. With the recoil, the look of the game, the mechanic. But then they forget things like that. Yeah, I just think it's so fucking sad that they actually do that. Holy shit. What? This is crazy, man. Yeah, I'm gonna be dead now. Oh, I got a good weapon at least. Okay, I'm trying to fucking crouch and my player won't. Okay. Did you fucking see that? He was looking at me when the flashbang was going off. Let's take a look at the dev cam. Let's look at the dev cam. Did he get whites? Because he was looking at me when the flashbang went off. He should have been blinded too. So let's see here now. No. No, he didn't get blinded. Okay. I was looking down the stairs. The flashbang went off behind me. I got white. I couldn't see. Not properly, at least. I got the sound, yes. But it didn't flash my eyes. Why did my vision go white when the flashbang ended up behind me? And if I got blinded, he should have been blinded too. But it didn't affect him at all. You gotta be fucking shitting me. Yeah, this game is so fucking broken. It's kind of these things that are making this fucking game unplayable sometimes. When this is actually happening. It affects me. He's sitting at the stairs when the flashbang is going off. But it doesn't affect him at all. And why is my fucking vision getting whitened? It shouldn't be. Because the flashbang is actually going off behind me to my right. Okay, let's see if this is working now. No, it's not. Why is the fucking replay not working anymore? Let's see if I can restart it. Okay, let's see here now. Control F12. And it's not working. It's not overriding anything. What the fuck? There's not much I could have done there. There was a whole team there, so. I think the nades are too destructive too. Still, because I was sitting down. You see, the flashbang didn't affect him at all. I was sitting in the set when the first nades came in. I was sitting in the stairs, and the first nade actually affected me. The first nade actually hurt me. I lost, I think, half my HP. And it went off when I was sitting in the middle of the stairs. So why did the flashbang not affect him when they threw it, and the nade affects me when I'm sitting at the same fucking place he did? So yeah, the nade, because it was a nade and the other thing was a flashbang. But the nades are too destructive, I guess. If you think about the force way of a nade, how it goes. If it goes up on the floor right above me, I would think that it wouldn't do that much. Okay, what the fuck? You gotta be fucking shitting me. And he's lagging. Someone coming here. Heal here. And he's running up in my building. Okay, guys. That's very good, dude. Okay, here we go. This is what I was looking for.
Jag vet inte riktigt hur jag ska hjälpa dig med det.
Yeah, I wasn't asking you. I'm gonna go look for a vehicle. Might be one over here. Two cars coming towards you from the hill. Ooh. Found a vehicle. Okay, really? Oh, for fuck's sake, this fucking shit game. Okay. So the car is bouncing and bouncing like fucking crazy. Så startar han bilen igen. Where's green? Yeah, he's dead. He died from the crash. Get to the next zone. Swim across. Use the fog as cover.
Coming.
I have to move on the right side. Go change to left.
Okay.
Guys on the right side were closer. I saw one guy on the right side, he's above the hill. Heal up before we move. Then we rotate left.
Okay.
As close to the circle as possible. Okay, now we can start moving in. Go towards the trees. Yep.
No.
Yeah. They got there early. Okay. Mm. No, don't do that. Oh, run. This guy can't shoot for shit when you're running. Keep fucking running. Hmm. So let's see if it works now. I don't know why it doesn't work. The replay buffer doesn't work. Okay, I'm gonna have to turn that thing off. Go in and check why it's not working. What in the hell is this? Okay. Buffer. It's activated. It's activated. What the hell is this? Save, rerun, Control F. Advanced. So it's activated, but for some reason it's not working. Everything is set correctly. I don't know why it's... Okay, I'm gonna have to restart. I'll be right back again.